Today on CTV News at 5, significant changes coming for the House of Friendships Christmas food program. The reason and impact it'll have on families in Waterloo region. Plus, the Toronto Blue Jays claw their way back in the ALCS with a second straight win against Seattle, getting one step closer to the World Series. And it's OHL Rivalry Week. The Kitchener Rangers welcome the London Knights to town for the first time this season. Alex joins us live at the On tonight on CTV News at 5. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. It is the end of an era for a popular Christmas charity food drive. The House of Friendship says due to a surge in demand, the Christmas food hamper program will look different this year, with no more door-to-door delivery service. CTV's Jeff Pickle joins us live with more on this. Jeff, you spoke with the House of Friendship. What did they say about why they're making this change?
Well, Leanne, as you mentioned, it's a simple supply and demand problem. The number of people who requested a hamper last year nearly doubled the amount of food they could provide. So now instead of registering, they're asking people simply to come to one of their pickup locations to get a holiday feast. Now, last year, the House of Friendship say registration for their Christmas hamper program was filled in just 4 days, with 8,000 people requesting one of the 4,700 meals they had available. They say the new system is focused on serving more people, so no one is turned away. According to the House of Friendship, the meals may look a little different, but there is more to go around.
So I mentioned we supported 4,700 families last year. This year we're aiming to support about 6,500. So although we're serving them in a slightly different way, we need that support more than ever. So everybody will leave with some food. Exactly what food we can offer different people will vary by site and day, but we're going to connect more people with that food for the Christmas season than we have before.
The House of Friendship say although they need fewer volunteers to help with deliveries, they say they need all the help they can get and are hopeful to see community members pitch in. We'll have more on this tonight at 6.
Yeah, certainly. Busy time of year there, Jeff. Thank you so much for that. A high-risk offender responsible for the deaths of 4 people has been released into the community. We'll go live to CTV's Tony Grace here in studio for a closer look at this and more stories our team is working on. Tony, good afternoon.
And good afternoon to you, Leanne. Thanks so much. 60-year-old Kevin Kaler is now living in Kitchener after completing his 12-year prison sentence. Kaler strangled his roommate to death back in 2013 and was convicted of manslaughter. He was also previously convicted of criminal negligence causing death in a fiery crash near Walkerton that killed 2 teen girls and an OPP officer. In the last month, Kaler had his statutory release revoked for a 3rd time in 3 years for what the board called deteriorating behavior. His latest release is known as a warrant expiry. Police say Kaler is considered a high risk to reoffend. CTV's Alexandra Hollick will have more details for us coming up at 6. Also tonight, a Kitchener-based medical tech company is trying to make recovery after surgery easier for both patients and clinicians. Fluid AI created Origin, a device that monitors patients after general and gastrointestinal surgeries for.
The device itself consists of a number of sensors, and those sensors monitor for specific markers that are extracted after the surgery using a device called a drain or a wound drain. So the wound drain extracts any excess fluid that's in the abdominal cavity after the surgery, and the sensors that are in the device are designed to monitor for those specific markers when there's an imbalance in those markers.
Now, clinical trials began in 2020, and it has been cleared for use in Canada, several Gulf countries, and the U.S. Coming up at 6, Colton Weens will have more on the device. But for now, Leanne, I'll send things back over to you.
Okay, Tony, thanks very much. And we take our first check on the weather. CTV's Alex Pinto out live at the Kitchener Odd tonight. Alex, the stage is being set for an exciting game. Kitchener Rangers and London Knights, first time this season. That is going to be a packed house over there tonight.
Oh, yeah, I think that is a very safe assumption, Leanne. So puck drop taking place tonight at 7 o'clock. And we're noticing a couple fans already getting here early and getting into that spirit. So this is for the first ever OHL Rivalry Week. So this is really when they bring some of the league's most intense matchups to fans across Ontario and really beyond. So from yesterday through to Sunday, fans can watch back-to-back rivalry games as clubs battle for early season bragging rights. So like you mentioned, the Kitchener Rangers taking on the London Knights. That's tonight at 7 o'clock. So other rivalry games include the Brampton Steelheads versus the Brantford Bulldogs, Erie Otters, and Niagara Ice Dogs, just to name a few. But I think being inside the arena is definitely where we want to be tonight, especially with, yeah, I mean, it's definitely a seasonal day, but lots of cloud cover and a little bit of wet weather as well. So as we look at our satellite and radar map this hour, we can see that cloud cover still with us, and any rain that we saw earlier making its way now towards the east. So you may have noticed maybe a light sprinkle or so earlier in the day, but even getting into the weekend, that chance of showers sticking with us, which we will get into a little bit later. Temperature-wise, 11 for us here in KW, 15 in Goderich, 18 if you're in Sarnia. So many of us in that lower teen range, but if you are a bit further southwest, it is a little bit warmer, above seasonal there. But for us right now, we're still feeling seasonal for today, and compared to that sunshine we got to enjoy yesterday, it's definitely feeling a little bit chillier out there. So we're going to break down your full forecast, including what you can expect to see this weekend and when might be the best day for those outdoor activities. That's coming up a little bit later. Leanne.
Okay, Alex, thanks very much. Enjoy the game. We will, of course, check back in a little bit later on in the 5 o'clock newscast. Taking a break, tell you what you need to know. You can get ready for a night of frightful fun in the Uptown Square. Dance to the beat of the live tunes at the Waterloo Vampire Hangout. It's happening next Saturday, October 25th from 6 until 9 p.m. And we'll take a live look outside for the Bridge Street Bridge as we take you to break just after 5 o'clock this hour. As Alex mentioned, just 11 degrees outside in Waterloo region. Temperatures are cool. Looks like it's dry right at this moment, but I'm sure we are set to see the showers roll in soon. We'll have your full forecast and more news just ahead. Stay with us. Flames tore through a house under construction in Brantford overnight. Fire crews were called to the site on Arthur Street shortly after 1 this morning. No one was hurt, and firefighters worked to ensure the flames didn't spread to neighboring homes, though one was left with some smoke damage. There's no word yet on what sparked the flames. And fire crews from across Ontario got a unique lesson on how to rescue large animals from emergency situations. The Large Animal Emergency Rescue Program took place at the Grand River Raceway in Elora today, taught by the group Equine Guelph. In these mock scenarios, teams had to help save a 700-pound mannequin horse from different scenarios like caught in a ditch or stuck in a trailer. There was also a veterinarian on hand to weigh in on the right practices to safely help an animal in distress.
So instead of using your hand or your arm directly onto an animal, we use a reach tool so we can safely put the webbing on without putting somebody in a predicament where they could be kicked, bitten, rolled over, crushed, anything like that.
At 6, CTV's Heather Centerin will hear from a first responder taking the program. It's a big weekend for runners. Thousands are getting set to take part in the Toronto Waterfront Marathon. That also means some traffic tie-ups and detours for those trying to navigate around parts of the core this weekend. Here's CTV's Allison Hurst.
The signs are up warning Torontonians of road closures this weekend as thousands of runners are set to take over the city for the Toronto Waterfront Marathon.
For the first time, we're north of 30,000 runners in the whole event over the weekend.
The race director says last year it had a $56.3 million impact on the GTA through hotel stays, restaurants, and creating jobs.
We're on the starting line. Let's go and let's continue with energy and excitement to build community through running.
The route stretches from downtown to and along the waterfront with road closures all along the route. Those are being phased in and out, with some starting tonight until tomorrow afternoon and others starting early Sunday. Also on this weekend, the Raptors have a preseason matchup. The Leafs have a regular season game, and the Blue Jays are hosting Seattle for Game 6, all at home.
It's definitely pretty frustrating because it makes it pretty difficult to get around.
I hear about it and I know to anticipate when to go and when not to go out. So when I need to get done and when I not need to get done. I kind of plan around it.
We can't drive out of our driveway. We can't go anywhere. We can't make a left turn. We can't make a right turn. And it's all when all these events are all at once. I think whoever's doing the planning sucks large at this.
The city was supposed to hire a traffic czar to deal with congestion by summer, but that hasn't happened yet. The Toronto Regional Board of Trade president and CEO says that role could help on weekends like this.
On weekends like this, where you've got a lot of events taking place, to really create, I would say, special event plans for periods when we've got lots of special events happening.
City Manager Paul Johnson says in part, after an initial search for a suitable internal candidate, we identified the need to expand the search externally. We are continuing to advance the city's congestion management strategies through the Congestion Management Plan and the Strategic Capital Coordination Office.
We would rather have them find the very best person for this very important job than to just rush in and just appoint someone.
As for this weekend, check the closures before heading out. Allison Hurst, CTV News.
And still ahead, the Toronto Blue Jays extend their impressive run on the road in Seattle.
Here comes the 1-2. Raleigh tries to lay off, but he went around strike 3.
A win tonight would mean taking the series lead in Game 5 of the ALCS. We'll get a preview coming up. And here's what you need to know. It is the final weekend of Oktoberfest, taking the celebration at the Concordia Club tonight and tomorrow night. There's only a few tickets left. Get your hands on them online.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400. From your screen to ours. Text 10400.
To the Kitchener Odd, where Alex Pinto is tonight, live with your weather forecast. Of course, Alex, getting ready for puck drop between the Rangers and Knights. This is a big rivalry, and it comes on OHL Rivalry Week.
That's right, and there is no better rivalry, I have to say. So I'm sure that fans are going to start flooding in, and it's going to be a full house here tonight. We've seen a couple fans starting to trickle in as well. There's also a minor hockey league actually taking place here at the Odd tonight. So if you do have plans to come down, that parking lot is getting packed, so just something to keep in note. But yes, action heating up this month for the first ever OHL Rivalry Week, and puck drop tonight here at the Odd at 7 o'clock. So you might recall the Kitchener Rangers were eliminated from the 2025 OHL playoffs back in May after a 4-2 loss to the London Knights. So London swept the series, outscoring the Rangers 18-8 over 4 games. But this is a new season, and I'm sure fans have some renewed energy and excitement, and really hoping that maybe the Rangers take it home this year. But yes, big night here at the Odd, lots of excitement. And with this rivalry game, there's going to be several others that are also taking place not only tonight, but tomorrow as well. So including Brampton Steelheads versus the Brantford Bulldogs, the Erie Otters versus the Niagara Ice Dogs, Guelph Storm versus the Owen Sound Attack, just to name a few. And again, this is the first time that this is happening in terms of that OHL Rivalry Week. But yes, like we said, no better rivalry between the Kitchener Rangers and the London Knights tonight. So at least we're going to be inside this evening, because with that cloud cover, it is definitely a little bit cooler. And we are sitting pretty seasonal as well. So looking at our future cast, we're noticing quite a bit of cloud cover still with us and some scattered showers throughout. So if you're in the Guelph area, Centre Wellington, further north Mount Forest, seeing a little bit of rain this afternoon, potentially getting into the overnight. We're seeing about a 40% chance of showers for us here in Waterloo region before that system does pass. And then looking at your Saturday, we should be welcoming a bit of sunshine. So a mix of sun and cloud expected for tomorrow with a high of 20. But then getting into your overnight Saturday and Sunday, take a look at this. That is a lot of dark green on the screen. and orange as well as yellow. So that showing a risk for thunderstorms potentially. So getting into your Sunday. So again, if you do have some outdoor plans, tomorrow, Saturday, might be the best day to do so. And if you are going to be Oktoberfesting too, for the final Oktoberfest weekend, yeah, we might want to be inside those Festhalens as well. So potentially rain heavy at times getting into your Sunday evening. And then temperature-wise right now, though, we're starting to drop a little bit. So 11 degrees it is for us here in Kitchener-Waterloo this hour. 10 if you are in Mount Forest, just 8 degrees if you are in the city of Barrie. Overnight, 8 degrees. That is our expected overnight low. Cloudy conditions, and again, 40% chance of showers is what we're seeing as we get into the overnight. Then tomorrow, 20. That is our expected daytime high. Mix of sun and cloud. That UV index, though, sitting at a 4. That's what we've been seeing pretty much the rest of the week, which is considered moderate. And pretty much where we are daytime high-wise, that is seasonal for this time of year. Our low, we're definitely above seasonal compared to the 3 degrees we normally do see for this time. Record high, though, 26. That was set back on this day in 1947, and it was just minus 6.4 on this day in 1978. And that sun, you might notice it's setting earlier and earlier, 6:36 now. So over the next several days, like we said, 20 degrees for a couple of days. But yes, in terms of seeing a bit of rain, that is expected to make a return on Sunday. So perfect Friday night here at the Odd to maybe come down and check out and cheer on the Kitchener Rangers as they take on the London Knights. And again, puck drop is at 7 o'clock. Leanne.
Okay, not the rainy weekend that I want, Alex. I'll keep you on the hook and tell you why Monday when I see you back here in studio. Enjoy the game. Well, the Toronto Blue Jays have done it again, evening up their American League Championship Series with a convincing 8-2 win over the Seattle Mariners last night in Game 4.
Here comes the 1-2. Raleigh tries to lay off, but he went around strike 3.
Strong pitching from Max Scherzer and some more strong hitting helped power the Blue Jays to their second road win of the series. Game 5 of this best-of-7 set goes tonight, again in Seattle. The series then shifts back to Toronto for Game 6, and if necessary, Game 7. And we gotta talk about that pitching from Scherzer. One of the more interesting moments came in the 5th inning as Jays manager John Schneider and Scherzer had a bit of a heated discussion over whether Scherzer was done for the night. Well, he certainly won the argument and ended up throwing his 5th strikeout to end the inning. Both of them made light of the encounter after the game.
It was a big moment in the game right there. I mean, it was just a situation I was going through it in my head. I understood where the game state was, knew how I wanted to attack, and then all of a sudden I saw Schneid's coming out, and I kind of went, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, I'm not coming out of this ball game. Like, I feel too good. And so we had a little conversation that basically I wanted to stay in the ball game, but just with some other words involved. But you know, I just knew I was strong. I knew I wanted the ball. I knew I could get outs in this situation, and I just wanted to stay in.
Yeah, it was awesome. I thought he was going to kill me. It was great. You know, he locked eyes with me, you know, both colors as I walked out. And it's not fake. That's the thing. It's not fake. You know, he has this Mad Max persona, but he backed it up tonight. So it was, you know, the infielders had a good laugh, too, out there. And he got the job done.
Loved watching that. That was too good. Okay, for anyone planning to head to Game 6 this weekend, there will be some changes to GO train service. Starting late tonight, trains will stop running between Station and Oakville GO. Passengers can take a GO bus there to connect with the Kitchener line. The closure is in place until 11 a.m. Sunday. Regular Lakeshore West service then runs for the rest of the day. It's going to be a busy weekend in Toronto. Okay, still ahead on CTV News at 5, a new Amazon delivery station is coming to town. How the 200,000 square foot facility could impact residents and the economy in Brant County. We'll have the details coming up. Here's our final 5 stories. Some good news today for the residents of 250 Frederick Street. After a landlord-tenant board hearing, they've been told they are allowed to stay in their apartments. Late last year, dozens of residents in the 16-story Kitchener Tower were given eviction notices, told they would have to move out while their units were renovated. After a lengthy battle with the property owner, the residents of 33 units had their eviction notices dismissed. A group representing the tenants say the property owner is appealing the decision, but for now, the residents can stay. Brant County will soon be home to a new Amazon delivery station. The 200,000 square foot facility will bring full and part-time jobs to the area. It will serve as a last mile delivery station where packages received from Amazon fulfillment centers will be sorted and loaded onto delivery vehicles for final distribution to customers. Further details on construction have not been shared yet, but the build will happen in the Rest Acres Road and Highway 403 corridor. As people of all ages navigate the growing availability of artificial intelligence chatbots, Meta is outlining new safety tools for teens. The social media company has joined other tech giants in rolling out a number of AI tools, and that includes a number of digitally generated characters that users can interact with via Meta platforms. Starting next year, parents will be able to turn off some or all of those one-on-one chats on their teens' accounts, with the exception of Meta's main AI assistant. Meta says parents will also get insights about what their kids are chatting about with the characters, but won't get access to the full conversations. The changes come as the social media giant and AI chatbots in general face criticism over potential harms posed to younger users. Next, some resourceful rescuers had to get creative in their attempt to retrieve a kitten stuck in a storm drain. When they realized they couldn't fit in, they used a remote-controlled car to help get the job done. They sent the RC car down the drain, guiding the kitten into the arms of a rescuer on the other end. Wow, incredible.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3,
Wow, what a keg tap. Finally for us, Prime Minister Mark Carney making a stop in Kitchener to take part in some Oktoberfest festivities at the Schwaben Club. And this special keg tap with his partner there, Chef D. Of course, many Oktoberfest goers there in the background as well. He did a great job. The Big Bavarian Festival is entering its final weekend of celebrations. Meanwhile, Carney is traveling to Malaysia, Singapore, and South Korea at the end of the month. He'll be there 9 days to attend 2 multinational summits. But, you know, he got to have a little bit of fun here in KW beforehand. Oktoberfest festivities continue this weekend. Enjoy it. Have a great one.